Welcome back to Troom lasya channel. Today let's learn sorting materials into groups. Materials in daily lives. This will be your homework for today. Matter. So first have a look at the image. Then let's go into the more details. So just sorry. So now if you see atoms. See if you see atoms are made into molecules. The small atoms are formed into bigger sized molecules. These bigger sized molecules elements, form into a big rock like an element. This forms into a compound which we see with our eyes. This is the process. So now first we had a look at the image. Now let's know about matter. All the materials are made up of matter. All materials occupy space. All materials possess mass, weight. Okay, weight. This is mass means weight. Okay, the materials from which an object is made depends on its properties. Different materials possess different properties. So we'll learn about the properties now. Appearance. How we look. The appearance, right, for us. So now we have luster. What is luster? Luster is the shine of a material. All metals in pure state are shiny and said to possess luster. Hardness. Materials can be hard or soft. Hard materials are difficult to compress. Soft materials can be compressed easily. Compress means pressing. If you press the hard material, it cannot be pressed. Means it's just don't compress. But soft materials compresses, right? It's not balls for pressure. They just compress, right? It's a type of exercise also. Texture. Rough or smooth. Texture means rough or smooth. Materials can be rough or smooth. Rough materials have bumps or ridges on their back surface, which can be felt by touching them. Smooth materials lack these bumps. Rocks, sandpaper, and barks of a tree are examples of rough surfaces. A glass sheet, flower petals, and surface of an apple are examples of smooth materials. Physical states. Solids, liquid, gases are physical states. Special properties. Solubility. Soluble, insoluble. Solids and gases. Miscible and immiscible. Liquids. So these are sometimes that we learn into a new topic. Okay. Magnetism. Magnetic or non-magnetic. Some materials like iron, nickel, and nickels and cobalt are also attracted to a magnet. So these are called magnetic materials. Non-magnetic materials are the materials that do not attract to iron, nickel, and cobalt. Are called non-magnetic materials. Flotation, heavy or light. Okay, heavy or light. Certain materials float on water, whereas others sink. This property of a material to float on water is called flotation. Materials such as wood, leaf, cork, and feather floats on water, whereas rocks and metal sinks. So next, though the last topic will be told you on the property itself, so no worries. So let's have a look over here. Why do we need to group them? I'll just share the PPT with you guys. So first, luster. As I told, luster is the shine of the materials. Metals like gold, silver, copper, and bronze have the property of luster. Hence, they are used in jewelry and decoration. See gold coins over here. Sorry, here you see gold coins. They have luster, shining, right? Copper, shining. Silver has luster. Non-metals like don't have luster, like red phosphorus, sulfur. They are not like luster. See, gold ring. This is not luster. This is luster. This is not luster. This is not luster, and this is luster. So yeah, you can do it. Okay. All metals are minerals. They're called all metals are minerals. They have some minerals in them. They're called metallic minerals, and but all metals need not to be metals, so they're called non-metallic minerals. Like wool, cotton, clothes, bricks are non-metallic. Non-metallic. Okay. So now next, let's go to next slide, please. Hardness. Hard or soft. Hardness is the strength of the material to withstand compression. Hard materials are difficult to compress, soft materials can be compressed easily. Okay, over here, if you see some examples are there, hard, soft. If you in a pillow, if you sit, it's just compressed, right? Because of the weight. But on a rock, if you sit, it will not be compressed. It's hard. You can see some more examples also. Texture, rough or smooth. If you touch an wood bark, it's rough. If you touch an apple peels or apple, if you just touch it, it will be smooth enough. Okay, so next, transparency. You know, transparent, some things like transparent, translucent, and opaque. You know them? Means transparent means transparent. Once let's go with transparent first. Transparent materials that allow light to pass through them are called transparent materials. Glass, water, acrylic sheet, and cellophane paper are transparent materials. If you see now the image over here, see it's transparent. What is translucent? Trans this is transparent. Let's take a dark color to help me. This is transparent. What is translucent? Translucent means materials that only pass some light to pass through them. If you see some light to pass through them are called translucent. Opaque. Opaque are like wooden cabinet, no light. Materials that do not allow any light to pass through them are called opaque materials. Okay, next physical states. As I told, physical states, you can see solid, liquids, and gases. There's so many of this. Okay, states. Solids have definite shape, volume, and particles are tightly packed, so they cannot be compressed. Liquids have definite volume but not fixed shape, and particles are closely packed, so that they can be compressed to small extent. Gases have no definite shape or volume, and the materials are very loosely packed, so they are highly compressed. So let's go to next slide. This solubility is not needed because we explained it in the third lesson of separation of substance. So you can have the video over there. Okay. So flotation, we all know that sometimes boat sinks. Buoyant force only helps the weight to float. This is a property. Magnesium is something that we know that. So I'll just tell you them. So flotation also I'll just tell you. So it will be better for you. Certain materials float on water, whereas others sinks. This property of materials to float on water is called flotation. Materials such as wood, leaf, cork, and some cork, you know, that we play with for playing badminton. We use cork and feather floats on water, whereas rock and metal sink. Okay, next slide. So we have magnetism, attraction towards magnets. Materials that are attracted to magnets are called magnetic materials. This property is called magnetism Objects made of iron are attracted to a magnet. In addition to iron, nickel and cobalt are also attracted to a magnet. Non-magnets are magnets that are not attracted towards a magnet, except examples plastic, glass, and wood. If you see over here, this is an activity that you can take. So you can take a screenshot for 1 minute. I think you took the screenshot of the activity. So let's go to the next slide. Conductions. I told you, right? Conductions of heat, conductions of electricity are there. First, let me tell you about conduction of heat. If you observe that utensils in our kitchens, utensils are the things like cooker or something are called utensils. You will notice that too, most of them are made of metals, but um, their handles are made of wood or hard plastic. Why aren't they made up of metals as well? This is because metals get heated, whereas materials such as plastic and wood do not. It could be difficult to hold the handles made of metal while cooking. Materials that allow heat to flow through them are called conductors of heat, whereas materials that do not allow heat to flow through them are called insulators of heat. Generally, metals are conductors of heat, whereas non-metals such as wood, plastic, glass, bamboo, air, and water are insulators of heat. Conductions of electricity. We get electricity in our homes through cables and wires. An electricity cable consists of number of metal wires with or without a plastic covering. The metal wires conduct or transmit electricity, whereas the plastic covering provides insulation and do not conduct electricity. Materials that conduct electricity are called conductors. Materials that do not conduct electricity are called insulators. For example, metals are conductors of electricity, food, wood, air, and plastic are insulators. Okay, that's all to learn. So, electrical conductor of water. You can take a screenshot because no need to explain about this as we all know. Thank you for enjoying our video.